Hey guys, Jano Zero, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you're in. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit more about my solar system and try to answer a couple of questions that I had about solar stuff. Keep in mind, I am by no means an expert. This is just my little system. This is just what I did. And any answers that I give to any of these questions is going to be strictly, my very humble opinion about it, and my little bit of experience that I've had with a couple of different things. So, first of all, I'll show you those are my panels. Those are 6 120 watt Kyocera panels that we found for a really good deal that were refurbished from a solar farm out west. And now they are 12 volt panels. So what we did was we wired them like we would a battery bank. We wired them in series parallel. We wired them in series, meaning that we took like the positive lead and we took the positive to negative on these 2 panels. That leaves us with a positive lead and a negative lead that comes out to the side. So instead of having 6 sets of wires coming out to the main wire that we run up there, we only have 3, one for each set of 2 panels, because now instead of 12 volt they're 24 volt, and then we run them down the hill into the house here to our charge controller and the inverter here. And of course the green wires here are the solar panels coming in, and we've got this running to the battery bank, and then this from the battery bank to the inverter. I think I have a bad battery in my bank. I'm waiting to get a battery tester. As soon as I can get one, I will, and find out which battery is bad, because one weak battery will drag down the whole battery bank. As you can see, the sun is shining, and I'm not at float, even though we have some things running off of it. This inverter, I plugged in a power strip like this here. That way we can plug a few things into it. Right now we've got fans, a couple of box fans, and a little pump for our little water out here. So that's what we're running off of ours right now. I do want to run my refrigerator and a freezer off of this. Bear with me while I get my camera set up here. I want to run my refrigerator and a freezer and the fans and stuff like that. I can't do it right now because, like I said, I think I've got one of my batteries is really weak, and I've got to figure out which one it is and get it replaced. But as soon as I get a battery tester, then I'll start that process. Once I have my batteries up to par and once everything is going good, like I said, I want to run my refrigerator and a freezer and stuff like that. And somebody asked me how long do I think it'll last. I really don't know. This is all new to me as well. I'm learning as I go. So, I'll just have to keep a real close eye on it and see, what's going on with it and how it's working and how long it will last. And I will do updates as I go. Like I say, this is, I really don't know anything about it right now. I don't know how long my setup will run the refrigerator for. Hopefully it's going to run it indefinitely, because the panels and the wind turbine will charge the batteries, and then the batteries, once they're up to par and I get them all figured out, then they should have enough, more than enough juice amp hours in the battery bank to run that stuff overnight, and then start charging it again the next morning. Or if the wind's blowing at night, the turbine's charging it. So I really don't have an answer for how long the stuff will last. But I will, like I say, I just got to get some more components and get some things figured out, and then we'll move along with that end of it. I had somebody ask me, what's a really, really cheap way to start using solar power? The most inexpensive way that I found to use the power of the sun is if you, during the day when the sun's out, if there's something that you need to run, then hook a solar panel up to that puppy. Make sure that it's a DC, like the fans that we have in the barn. They are DC current fans. You can find them in the automotive section or an RV section or something like that. Stuff that runs off of DC power for automobiles and trucks and stuff. You can get a DC powered fan. Just cut the end of it off and wire it straight to the panel. The positive to the positive and the negative to the negative of the panel. And that panel, whenever it's in the sun, will make juice and run that fan for you. So you can put a panel out here on your deck in the sun and run the wire to a window, put a fan in the window, and you got, and then that fan during the day is blowing cool air in for you. I'd use the same thing, the same concept as my my rabbit cages and stuff. They've got those little computer fans on. And I've got an actual DC fan out in the barn, a little oscillating fan for the big rabbits. And it's run straight off of a solar panel. So that's, to me, that's the most inefficient way to get started by using solar power, is just to use it while the sun's out during the day. If you can't afford cables and batteries, which a lot of people can't because that stuff's really expensive, and it takes a long time to save up to get those components to make a system. But in the meantime, during the day, get you a DC fan and use it to blow some cool air into your house by using the solar panel. The Harbor Freight system. Somebody asked me what I think about the Harbor Freight system. I had a Harbor Freight system for a long time, and I like it. I liked it. It served, for me personally, the purpose that the Harbor Freight system served was as a great learning tool. It's got all the components with the exception of the battery and the inverter to show you what a solar system is, the components that you need to have, kind of how it works, and it gives you an idea of the possibilities that you can use. I would equate that the Harbor Freight system with like you have some dude who's a big time chemist. Well, at some point he started with just a little bitty home chemistry set, learning. It's a great learning tool. I don't use that Harbor Freight system anymore, simply because I upgraded to bigger panels and bigger inverter and charge controllers and stuff like that. But I used it for a long time, and it helped me learn about what the possibilities of a solar system. It helped me learn a lot about how does the sun charge your batteries, how much sun do you need, what it's all about. So in that aspect of it, it's a great system. It doesn't put out a whole lot of juice, and it doesn't if you have a couple of batteries hooked up to it, it doesn't really maintain and care for those batteries like a good charge controller should. But I still use my Harbor Freight charge controllers right now to run the LED lights that comes with it. I got it hooked to my battery and a 12-volt battery, and it runs the lights on this end of the house in the evening time. That's what we use those LED lights that come with it for. So I liked it. I thought that it was a great learning tool, and it's a good way to like I say, learn a little bit more about how to set up a system and what each component does. And also, in an emergency, if there is a grid down or something like that, it will charge batteries. Keep in mind, it only puts in 45 watts, so it takes a while to charge up batteries. But it does that. It will charge up batteries, and you can run a couple of lights and stuff off of it, or if you've got a bigger inverter, maybe even a fan or something. But once you drain the batteries, it will take that little system quite a while to charge the batteries back up, just because it doesn't have a whole lot of juice that it's pumping in. Which is okay. It just is. That's just one of those things. It is what it is. It does what it says it does, and it was a great learning tool for me. And I would recommend it for a beginner. Somebody who was, the same place that I was a couple years back, didn't know squat about anything. I just knew the sun was out every day. I didn't know how to use it, and I learned a lot by using that Harbor Freight kit. So that would be another, kind of an inexpensive way to get started into a little solar kit. So. There you go, guys. I hope this helps. Like I say, I'm not any kind of a solar dude or solarologist or any of that kind of stuff. These are just my experiences on things that I've used, and so far I'm pretty happy with the gear that I have. Eventually, I'd like to put in like a whole breaker box and just kind of keep building onto it a little by little as we can afford to, which is our plan. Little by little, we'll add on to it, and we'll have a box set up, and we'll have a better MPPT charge controller, but all that stuff costs money. So as we get it, we'll upgrade, and we'll keep you guys posted on it. As it is right now, that I have a Morningstar TriStar charge controller, a 60 amp. It's doing a good job. It does what it's supposed to do. And the Ames inverter, very happy with it. It has really been pretty efficient. It is lasting a lot longer than what the other inverter did with my batteries that I have now, and I expect that once I get my batteries back in order and figure out which one is weak and replace it, then that Ames inverter is really going to save us a lot of juice with how efficient it is. So, and like I say, that one come from Missouri Wind and Solar. You can go to their website, or you can go to their channel and send them a PM about the Ames inverter. That's a 2,500 watt Ames, and I like it. It's good stuff. It's a quality product, and I'm happy with it. So, okay, guys, I hope this helps somebody out there. I know there's a lot of guys out there who are way smarter at this than I am, and you guys already got your stuff in order, and that's awesome. And I really appreciate the comments and the advice that you're putting in the comment section. I love it when everybody shares their knowledge. That's what this is all about, is trying to help each other learn and make everybody's lives a little bit easier. So I hope I'm trying to do my part anyway. Okay, guys, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. God bless. The end. Buzz, buzz, the end.